Hello Internet, welcome back to another episode of Pokemon Emerald. In the last episode, we made it here to Slateport City, looked around, got assaulted by two strange men wearing blue, gave some ship parts to a guy who's a scientist but also not a scientist. He's a captain, but I honestly don't know why he used the scientist sprite. This time, we're going to be okay. Oh hey, hey all Scott here. If it isn't winter. Winter, let me guess, you're going to take the battle tent challenge. Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a really great idea. After all, a tough trainer is the perfect fit for the battle tent. Give me your best effort. Actually, I just accidentally walked into the doorway. You can never be able to say that in real life. This time we are going to be heading on to Route 110, where there are some new encounters that will be gone over immediately, which means right now. Why am I patronizing you? First off, we have Electrike, and I don't know if this is just me, but Electrike is one of the most boring Pokemon designs I have ever seen. But whatever, that's not the point here. Electrike is actually pretty good. I would recommend Lightning Rod for the ability over Static, just so, I mean, if you have another electric Pokemon or something else that knows an electric type move, you can get that special attack boost just by attacking yourself in a double battle. It evolves pretty soon after you catch it, and I mean, I don't have much to say about Electrike, it's just okay, but Manectric does have a lot of cool things about it that I'll be going over when we can actually encounter Manectric. Plusle is the Pikachu clone of this generation, but it's not very good. Like most Pikachu clones, it doesn't get any evolution, which, I mean, would be fine if it had passable stats, but as you can see, the only stats it has that really work in its favor at all are Special Attack and Speed, and that does get a boost by 50% when it's used next to a Pokemon called Minun, which has minus for the ability. The issue is, it's just very situational, and you'd have to have two practically identical Pokemon on your team for like one very specific situation that is a double battle. And there are a lot more double battles in this game than there generally are in the main series, but it's not enough to warrant using these in my opinion. However, I will be using one of these in a future Let's Play. They aren't awful, they just aren't very good, especially considering you can actually catch Pikachu later in the game. Obviously, the same goes for Minun. Gulpin is kind of a similar deal to Electrike. It evolves only at level 26, so pretty soon after you catch it, presumably, depending on how you've been, distributing experience points. And Liquid Ooze is, again, like I said with Tentacool, a pretty good ability. Pure Poison type only has a few weaknesses, which are Psychic and Ground. I'll put more on screen if I actually remember them, but doesn't matter that much either way, it's just a pure Psychic type. Its highest stat is its HP, which will remain throughout its entire life. Gulpin itself isn't very good, but once it evolves into Swala, it's actually pretty okay. It has good stat distribution, it has really good defensive stats, it has okay attacking stats, and its speed isn't as low as I think I generally would expect from something like it. I don't really have that much to say, it's just kind of the muck of this generation. It's very usable, it's actually good. I just won't be using it myself. Oddish is pretty okay. It has low stats all around the board, and I mean, the only stats it has that are over 60 are Special Defense and Special Attack, but it evolves very soon after you catch it, and Gloom is pretty good. Of course, I'm not going to go over Gloom yet, because we can't catch it, but yeah. Gloom also has two evolution choices. The issue there is that you are unlikely to be seeing either of them until the end of the game, or like close to the end of the game. You're not going to be seeing your Gloom evolve for a long time if you do pick up an Oddish, but neither of the evolutions are bad, and Gloom itself is pretty good too. At level 17, Appa tried to learn Odor Sleuth. It's not that good, it essentially just makes it so normal and fighting type moves can affect a ghost type if it hits, but I'm just not, there aren't that many ghost types in this region, and even if there were, it's still not that important, just because we're going to be getting a good Ghost-type move in the future, and we won't be running into many Ghost-type Pokemon before then to make Odor Sleuth useful. So, yeah, I'm not gonna go for it. We already have a Ghost-type move we can use. It's not a good one, but it still exists. Okay, I didn't want an encounter. I don't know why I walked into the grass in that case, to be fair, but... Oh, Winter, imagine seeing you here. And where might my Brendan be? Oh, I see. You two are running separately. Well, that's fine. Oh, yes, I heard that your Pokénav had the match call system installed. Well then, I should register you in my Pokénav as well. That way, even when we're apart, I can rate your Pokédex anytime. Winter, please keep an eye out for my Brendan. Well, I'd better get going. See you again. That's not the way to get home. Oh wait, you probably have a Pokemon who can get home that way, actually. Huh. As he said, if we go into the match call and call him... Ah, Winter, are you curious about how your Pokédex is coming along? So you've seen 35 Pokemon and you've caught 8. Go into grassy areas more and look for Pokemon more carefully. Yeah, this guy, he's very harsh. We've seen 35 out of 202 Pokemon. That's like 1/8 almost. Oh great, we have a double battle. Oh, and let me guess, they're gonna have a Minun and a Plusle, aren't they? Yep, Plusle and Minun. I knew it. I already went over their gimmick, and I don't think this battle's gonna last too long, so future me, just cut it out. Ingo is learning Iron Defense at level 17, and I'm going to get rid of Mud Slap for it, just because it's not that good a move, and again, similar to Harden, if I want to troll, Iron Defense is the way to go. I had to go back and heal after that because that Plusle paralyzed Aron, but we have a house up here. 3 steps and 2 steps to reach the wondrous trick house. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. I didn't enter the mysterious trick house. I want a refund. You're being watched. That table sure just flashed. Ha! How did you know I concealed myself beneath this desk? You're sharp. Behold! For I am the greatest living mystery of a man in all of Hoenn. They call me the Trick Master! Glad to meet you. You've come to challenge my trick house, haven't you? That's why you're here, isn't it? Yes, it is. Consider your challenge accepted. Enter through the scroll there and let your challenge commence. I shall be waiting in the back. The trick house! Isn't that tricky? It's just a cut maze, and it's barely even a maze. There are some trainers here and there. This is actually a really good place for experience because every new gym badge, most of the time, there will be a new puzzle for you. And I probably will come and do them all on screen just because some of them actually are kind of tricky and they are good for experience, so yeah. The only items that you can pick up in here are mail. They're useless items. I'm not going to pick any up because it's just taking up bag space in a Let's Play where I'm not even going to be showing the multiplayer stuff, so yeah, there's no real reason to pick it up at all, because multiplayer is the only thing that mail is even good for. Why are you so serious? Thanks, Joker. We live in a society. Okay. Let's cut this down. I did switch Lotad out for a Zigzagoon just so he can use Cut, because I'm going to say it was because I remembered this was coming, but I honestly didn't until, like, the minute I started recording the episode. But I did have Lotad switched out last episode before I even started recording, just because Flash is only ever really needed for Granite Cave, and again, we're not going to be getting our last team member for a little bit here, so yeah. There's just an item that way, there's a trainer that way, and we also need to get to that scroll. In order to reach the end of a trick house, you do need to read the scroll in every maze, because that's where he wrote down the password that will allow you to enter through his door. Just who is the Trick Master? A balding middle-aged man. Last Robin. That's a cute name. Robin is one of the best names. Not for a superhero. I'm not a fan of Robin. Although I did like Teen Titans when I was little. I haven't actually watched it in a very long time though. I just know they absolutely butchered it with Teen Titans Go. They've tainted its legacy. But apparently they're also continuing the original Teen Titans now. I don't know, I haven't been keeping up with it, it's just confusing. Okay, Meryl, probably can't do too much to John, and I just want to go with Double Kick. Again, still thinking of new nicknames for John. This is recorded before I even finish Sonic Forces, like uploading it, so if you're leaving like a comment right now suggesting a name, the name is likely already changed by the time this is uploaded if I'm changing it. So yeah, that's not going to be doing too much. I actually did think about naming it Colonel after Colonel Sanders, but I think that's a little bit dark because those chicken are usually made to be eaten. Not usually, always actually. So yeah, I'm dropping that idea. See, that's what all mushrooms deserve. Mushrooms are disgusting. 195, that's good. I lost while I was lost in thought. Thinking about a balding middle-aged man? Jesus. Winter memorized the secret code written on the scroll. The secret code is written on it. It's not going to tell us the secret code. Why? Because it's a secret. Okay, cut down this tree. I wandered into this weird house by accident. But you had to talk to the guy in order to get back here. Did the tree just grow? Did the tree just grow and lock you in here? This poor kid. He's just been trapped here because some random tree just grew out of the floor. How does that work? How did it even happen in the first place? Just has 2 Zigzagoon? Dude. Both of those could learn Cut. I don't even feel bad for you. One of them's level 16. That has to be good for experience. Let's see how much. 205, yeah, that's not bad at all. And now I've lost. You've lost and you are lost. It's fitting. I'm going to switch Ingo. Yeah, I'll keep Ingo in the front for a little bit. We don't actually have any more battles in the Trick House right now, but there is a battle coming up soon, so... Trickmaster is fabulous. The lock clicked open. Ah, you've made it to me. You're sharp. It took me all night to plant all those trees. You're almost my equal in greatness by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 places. Fine, you've earned this reward. You get a rare candy. Scrub that smirk from your face. It's much too early to think you've won. I'll make new tricks to stump you, I will. You may mock me only when you're done. Come back for the next exciting installment. After that, there's just this really annoyingly long corridor that you need to take to leave. It kinda hurts my eyes to look at it. Now if we head back in, for the next time I'll use this trick and that scheme and those ruses. Moo f u f u f u. If I may say so, it's brilliantly difficult even for me. Huh? What? Oh, it's you. I'm in the midst of devising new tricky challenges. It's not too much to ask for a bit more time to think for me, is it? You wouldn't begrudge me that. Come back in a little while. Alrighty. So now that we're done with the Trick House, I don't think I need to go heal. Although, the battle that's coming up is actually one of the harder battles in this entire game, so... I'm gonna at least heal HP. There we go. Going to do the classic, try to avoid this youngster who has too many Pokemon. Like, the battle against this kid always lasts way too long just because of how many Pokemon he has. I remember it very vividly, though I honestly only really remember it from Pokemon Ruby. I hate that Aron just got paralyzed. I'm using a full heal. Not on John. On Ingo. There we go. Okay. Did it. God, stop appearing, wild Pokemon. This is one of the few games where I actually consider using repels. Hey, Winter, so this is where you were. How's it going? Have you been raising your Pokemon? I'll check for you. Pokemon trainer Brendan would like to battle in one of the hardest boss battles in the series. Though admittedly it's actually harder in Ruby and Sapphire. He is going to lead with Lombre. Level 18, knowing the moves, or with Swift Swim for the ability, knowing the moves Astonish, Growl, Absorb, and Nature Power. This is a pretty tricky fight with this Lombre just because of that Nature Power. I believe it converts into either Swift or Bullet Seed? I'm not sure, but whatever it does, it'll be very tricky if you're also using a Lombre or just a Pure Water type because it can get off a lot of damage really quickly. It's also level 18, which isn't good for me because I'm training too many Pokemon at once. I did a lot of health, though. Nature Power turns into Swift. Okay. Seems like it would turn into Bullet Seed or something in a place where there is grass, but I'll take it using a weaker move. Not a weaker move. That's actually a more powerful move. Never mind. 271 EXP. He's going to send in Slugma. I'm nervous about sending out Ingo because it can still get super effective damage on Ingo, but whatever. Wait, no it can't. Ingo's Steel Rock. What am I thinking? Slugma is level 18. Flame Body for the ability, knowing the moves Jons, Smog, Ember, and Rock Throw. I don't know why it has so many physical moves, but it sure does, so I'm just gonna go for Rock Tomb. Hope for the best. Close enough to the best. Good job, Ingo. Also drops speed, because that's completely necessary for a Pokemon with, like, 20 as its base speed stat. Made Ingo drowsy, that's okay. I don't think I'm going to be using Ingo much more past this turn. Just knock it out with another Rock Tomb. Alright. We're doing well. If you chose another starter, he will actually have a Wingull on this team as well, instead of one of... It's interchangeable depending on what starter you picked. What one will be replaced, but either Lombre or Wingull, or Slugma will be replaced with Wingull, level 18, Keen Eye for the ability, knowing the moves Growl, Water Gun, Supersonic, and Wing Attack. It's just as threatening as it was before with the type coverage of Water Gun and Wing Attack. About to send in Marshtomp. I'm going for Mirror B. Marshtomp. Level 20, Torrent for the ability, knowing the moves Water Gun, Bide, Mudshot, and Foresight. If you started with a Mudkip, he will have Grovyle, level 20, with the ability Overgrow, knowing the moves Absorb, Quick Attack, Fury Cutter, and Pursuit. And if you started with a Trico, he will have Combuskin, level 20, Blaze for the ability, knowing the moves Focus Energy, Ember, Double Kick, and Peck. The starter's probably his least threatening Pokemon in most situations, honestly. The only one I can really imagine you having much trouble is if you start with Trico, just because Combuskin's actually a good Pokemon, but as you can see, we already did most of its health, and it's using Bide, so it's not able to heal or anything. Why did I use Astonish? Oh god. Oh god. Okay, so... It was nice knowing you, Zigzagoon HM Slave. See, that's a valid What? What? How did that not knock out? You're at like 6 health. That makes no sense. But I'll take you knocking out this Zigzagoon. Whenever Zigzagoon, like the slave Zigzagoon is out, I'm just gonna go for Cut. Because if it does hit, it's still going to be the move doing the most damage. Okay, let's finish it off with Absorb. That was what I meant to do before, but instead I used Astonish and put Mirror B at risk from that Bide, because I'm dumb. 612. Whoa! That is a lot of EXP. You're pretty good. Winter, you've trained without me noticing. Good enough. Here, take this. We'll obtain the item finder. That's an item finder. Use it to root around for items that aren't visible. If it senses something, it emits a sound. Anyway, I'm out to look for new Pokemon. The item finder sucks! Like, it just makes a noise if you're around a hidden item. But you have to be, like, really close to a hidden item for the item finder to even work. It's just not good. The dowsing machine, as it's traditionally called, I believe they called it that in the remakes of this game as well, gets a lot better once the games move to the DS. But, yeah, the GBA games and the GBC game and the GB games, yeah, the item finder is garbage. I'm glad it got replaced. Okay. With that, how long have I been going? 25 minutes, I think that's enough, even though the episode is obviously going to be a little shorter. So, we went to the Trick House, we beat the Trick Master's puzzles, we got run into by a youngster. I don't know what I was talking about before, this kid only has 2 Pokemon. But yeah, anyway. Now that all that's done, next time on Pokemon Emerald version, we will be heading to the next town to hopefully take on the gym. See you guys then. Hold on 1 second. Who's this random stranger and why are they harassing me at the very end of this video? Good question, you. Okay, I'm tacking this on at the very end. If you couldn't tell by the mic quality, it's recorded very late into the production of the video. I think I've decided what I want to rename John to, and I want to do it now, so I just have it there ready in the next episode. That's great. Okay. John, is it? That is quite a fine name you've bestowed. But what say you if I were to suggest a slightly better name? Ah, good, then what shall the new nickname be? Tell me it's unoriginal. Tell me it's stupid. Just tell me whatever you want. But my name's Winter. Summer is an absurdly hot season that I would rather have needles put into my eyes than have to live through, but I'll live through it anyway. So what goes together better than things that hate each other? Done. From now on, this Pokemon shall be known as Summer. It is a better name than before. How fortunate for you. I legitimately agree. Jesus. See you guys next time.